The next wave of games is here and it's looking absolutely incredible. In this video, we're showcasing 25 upcoming titles that are raising the bar with mind-blowing graphics, fresh ideas, and gameplay that'll leave you speechless. Whether you're into action, adventure, or something totally unique, these games are about to take things to the next level. Atomic Heart 2 is coming, and trust me, this sequel is going all in on chaos. The first game already had wild Soviet dystopia vibes, but this one? It's pushing the boundaries with a bigger world, deeper RPG mechanics, and combat that feels insanely fluid. The devs are using Unreal Engine 5, which means mind-blowing visuals and next-level detail in environments. There are new enemies, new weapons, and powers that let you mix brutal melee attacks with sci-fi abilities in ways you've never seen before. And the story? Way darker, way more intense, with higher stakes that could mean the end of humanity. No release date yet. But you can bet when the news drops, it's going to be huge. Stay tuned, this game is about to shake things up.
The dawn of a new era. The era of Atomic Heart 2.
Resident Evil Requiem is bringing survival horror to a whole new level, and this time, things get even darker. Set in the eerie Remnant Hotel, deep in the heart of Raccoon City, the game follows Grace Ashcroft, an FBI analyst who gets pulled into a nightmare while investigating a brutal murder, only to uncover terrifying secrets tied to her own past. The atmosphere is pure dread, with claustrophobic corridors, dynamic lighting, and some of the most lifelike character animations ever seen in a Resident Evil game. Combat is brutal and tactical, letting players switch between first-person and third-person perspectives while fighting off creatures lurking in the shadows. And yes, whispers say Leon Kennedy is back, playing a key role in unraveling the mystery. With a hyper-realistic engine, advanced enemy AI, and a story that twists and turns in ways you won't see coming, this is shaping up to be a mind-bending, nerve-wracking experience that could redefine the franchise. When the release date drops, horror fans everywhere are going to lose it.
If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now, I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered. Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Grace.
What is this?
now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Stay away from that!
Scott Pilgrim EX is bringing back the chaotic, over-the-top brawling action, but this time it's bigger, crazier, and packed with surprises. Set in a reimagined Toronto, the game throws Scott, Ramona, and 5 other playable characters into a wild, time-bending adventure where they'll battle 3 enemy factions: G-Corp, the robots, and the demons. The combat is fast, fluid, and ridiculously fun, letting players chain stylish combos, experiment with wacky weapons, and unleash over-the-top special attacks. And the best part? 4-player co-op, so you and your friends can team up locally or online to take on the madness together. The game is backed by an all-new soundtrack from Onimusha, bringing that signature high-energy vibe to every fight. With hidden areas, character upgrades, and a fresh story written by Scott Pilgrim creator Brian Lee O'Malley, this is shaping up to be the ultimate beat-em-up experience. When it drops in 2026, expect pure pixel art chaos that'll keep fans coming back for more. Code Vein 2 is coming, and it's going all in on its dark anime-inspired world. This time, the stakes are higher than ever, with revenants facing off against the Luna Rapaces, a force turning them into mindless horrors. You play as a revenant hunter, traveling through time with Lou, a mysterious girl who can manipulate history to prevent the world's collapse. Combat is faster, deadlier, and more strategic, letting you drain blood from enemies to unleash insane abilities. The game introduces new weapons, deeper customization, and a refined battle system that makes every fight feel intense and rewarding. And the world? Bigger, more immersive, packed with hidden lore, brutal enemies, and jaw-dropping environments powered by Unreal Engine 5. With epic boss fights, powerful allies, and a story that spans across time, this sequel is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious action RPGs yet. When it drops in 2026, expect pure chaos, deep storytelling, and combat that'll keep you hooked.
But you have the power to change all of this. If time were a weapon to wield, could you undo the sins of ruin? In this time, or maybe the next, you'll find how to save us all.
Echoes of the End is an epic cinematic adventure that blends magic, swordplay, and deep storytelling into one unforgettable experience. You play as Rin, a warrior with volatile magical abilities, fighting to rescue her brother while uncovering a conspiracy that could ignite an ancient war. The world of Ama is breathtaking, inspired by Iceland's landscapes, with lava fields, icy peaks, and ancient ruins creating a stunning backdrop for exploration. Combat is fast, fluid, and brutal, letting you combine magic and swordplay to take down enemies in creative, high-energy battles. And it's not just about fighting, there are puzzles, deep lore, and a gripping narrative that'll keep you hooked. With Unreal Engine 5 powering the visuals, expect hyper-detailed environments, realistic lighting, and jaw-dropping effects. This game is all about immersion, pulling you into a world on the brink of war, where every choice matters. When it drops in summer 2025, it's going to be a must-play for action-adventure fans.
Pestilence must be purged.
Your father was right about one thing. The wards are breaking. And should we fail, it may spell another end.
Infintesimals is taking sci-fi action to a whole new scale, literally. You play as Captain Ocni Rellenrake, leader of an elite alien squadron that crash lands on a mysterious planet, but here's the twist: you're the size of an insect. That means towering landscapes, massive creatures, and a world that feels gigantic and dangerous. The game throws you into tactical third-person combat, where you'll upgrade alien weaponry, use stealth, and even pilot the pod, a versatile combat vehicle that lets you cover huge distances. And the enemies? Hunter-gatherers, relentless mechanical sentinels that dominate the planet, hunting anything that moves. The visuals are stunning, powered by Unreal Engine 5, making every blade of grass, every towering rock formation, and every enemy encounter feel cinematic and immersive. With a deep, character-driven story, dynamic exploration, and intense battles, this game is shaping up to be one of the most unique sci-fi experiences ever. When it drops in 2025, expect pure adrenaline-fueled chaos.
Whatever it takes, we find a way.
Jurassic World Evolution 3 introduces juvenile dinosaurs, meaning you can breed, nurture, and watch them grow into full-sized prehistoric beasts, complete with distinct male and female traits. The campaign is globetrotting, letting players build parks across multiple locations, including Japan and Hawaii, while dealing with rival factions that want to control dinosaur conservation. And yes, Jeff Goldblum is back as Dr. Ian Malcolm, guiding players through the chaos. The terrain tools are insane, allowing you to terraform mountains, carve valleys, and even create waterfalls to design the ultimate park. Plus, cross-platform sharing lets players upload and download custom parks, making creativity a huge part of the experience. With over 80 species, advanced AI behavior, and new attractions, this is shaping up to be the most ambitious Jurassic World game yet. When it drops on October 21st, 2025, expect pure prehistoric madness.
Balance of security and spectacle. Protecting our guests is crucial, but so is inspiring the next generation. As with any project of this scale, not everything will go according to plan. As the park manager, you'll also need to assess emerging situations and get them under control. It won't be easy, but that's why we're hiring the best. Din is here to make a difference. Now, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but please...
Caution, gate opening.
This is your first and final warning. Din must not continue.
Alright, Mortal Shell 2 is also coming, and it's doubling down on everything that made the first game a brutal, unforgiving masterpiece. This time you step into the role of the Harbinger, a warrior prophesied to reclaim the Undermeether's stolen ova from monstrous creatures that guard her unborn. The combat? Faster, deadlier, and completely unrestricted by stamina, meaning you can chain brutal attacks, shatter enemy posture, and strike critically without limitations. The world is bigger, darker, and packed with secrets, featuring over 60 dungeons, twisted landscapes, and ancient citadels carved from bone. And the shell system? Expanded, letting you possess forgotten warriors, each with unique abilities and combat styles. With deep weapon customization, extensive upgrade options, and a lore-rich open world, this sequel is shaping up to be one of the most intense action RPGs yet. When it drops in 2026, expect pure adrenaline-fueled chaos that'll test your skills like never before.
They'll worship you until you fail. Then what? You're no god, but neither have they.
Onimusha Way of the Sword is bringing back the legendary samurai action, and this time it's bigger, bloodier, and packed with supernatural chaos. You step into the role of Miyamoto Musashi, the iconic swordsman wielding the Oni Gauntlet, a mystical artifact that lets you slice through monstrous Genma with devastating precision. The game throws you into Edo-era Kyoto, a city twisted by dark forces, where every battle is a brutal test of skill. Combat is fast, fluid, and unforgiving, with critical counter mechanics that reward perfect timing. And the enemies? Terrifying. From soul-stealing specters to towering Genma brutes that will crush you if you're not careful. The world is surreal, featuring floating ruins, shifting landscapes, and eerie temples, making exploration just as intense as the fights. With historical rivalries, cinematic duels, and a story dripping with mystery, this is shaping up to be one of Capcom's most ambitious action RPGs yet. When it drops in 2026, expect pure samurai carnage.
And it won't be a coward who runs from jewels. Words never did work between us, did they? Sasaki Ganyu.
Sleep Awake is a psychedelic horror game set in the last known city on Earth where people are mysteriously vanishing in their sleep, and those who remain are desperately experimenting to stay awake. You play as Katya, a survivor navigating death cults, otherworldly forces, and the terrifying presence of the Hush, an entity that lurks between sleep and death. The game blends first-person exploration, puzzle-solving, and intense survival mechanics, forcing players to outsmart enemies, evade horrors, and uncover the truth behind the city's collapse. The visuals? Mind-bending, with distorted environments, shifting realities, and eerie FMV sequences that blur the line between dreams and nightmares. And the soundtrack? Pure hypnotic evil composed by Robin Fink of Nine Inch Nails, adding layers of dread to every moment. With deep psychological horror, immersive storytelling, and a world dripping with mystery, this game is going to haunt players long after they put the controller down. When it drops, expect pure nightmare fuel.
I am awake!
Resisting the inevitable comes at a cost. Give me your idea.
Stranger Than Heaven is the most ambitious action noir games ever, blending brutal melee combat, detective work, and a gripping alt history narrative. Developed by RGG Studio, the minds behind Yakuza and Like a Dragon, this game throws players into two distinct time periods, 1915 Japan and a neon-soaked metropolis in 1943. You play as Mako Daito, a moody detective navigating a world of crime, corruption, and supernatural mysteries, where every choice could change the course of history. The combat is fast, weighty, and cinematic, letting players brawl, interrogate, and manipulate the environment in ways never seen before. And the world? Dense, atmospheric, dripping with detail, powered by Unreal Engine 5, making every alleyway, every neon-lit street, and every brutal fight feel hyper-realistic. With a deep, twisting story, historical intrigue, and a protagonist who may not be entirely human, this game is going to redefine the action-adventure genre when it drops in 2026. Expect pure, stylish chaos.
Got a name?
Mako Daito.
Daito. A Jap then, huh?
Don't I look like one?
You're not? So, what are you then?
Sana. 俺が知りてえや。
Acts of Blood is bringing brutal, fast-paced beat-em-up action to the streets of Bandung, Indonesia, and it's shaping up to be one of the most intense hand-to-hand combat games ever. You play as Hendra, a college law student whose family was murdered by a powerful business rival, and since the corrupt legal system won't help, he's taking justice into his own hands. The combat is visceral, with bone-crushing combos, brutal finishers, and realistic enemy reactions that make every fight feel raw and unforgiving. You'll wield melee weapons, firearms, and even environmental objects, smashing through waves of enemies in cinematic, blood-soaked battles. And movement, fluid parkour mechanics let you run, jump, and climb through the city, setting up surprise attacks and dynamic escapes. The world is gritty, immersive, and packed with secrets, with customizable outfits adding a personal touch to Hendra's journey. With a deep, revenge-driven story, destructible environments, and relentless action, this game is going to be a must-play for fans of hardcore brawlers when it drops in summer 2026. Blind Descent is a survival horror game throwing players into the depths of Mars, where things get way more terrifying than anyone expected. You play as a lone survivor, part of a team sent to investigate a mysterious underground mine. But after a catastrophic elevator crash, you're trapped miles beneath the surface with no way to communicate with the outside world. And here's the twist. This isn't just a cave, it's a living, breathing ecosystem packed with alien life, bizarre weather, and secrets buried for centuries. You'll need to craft weapons, build shelters, and adapt to survive because the creatures lurking in the shadows, they're watching. Combat is intense with bows, spears, axes, and rifles forcing players to think fast, dodge, and use the environment to stay alive. And if that wasn't enough, the game features full co-op, so you can team up with friends or brave the nightmare alone. With stunning visuals, deep exploration, and a world that constantly evolves, this is shaping up to be one of the most immersive survival horror experiences ever. When it finally drops, expect pure, adrenaline-fueled terror. Chrono Odyssey is one of the most ambitious MMORPGs ever, blending time manipulation, massive open-world exploration, and intense action combat into a next-gen experience. Set in the mystical land of Cetera, players wield the Chronohector, an artifact that lets them stop time, rewind events, and alter battles in real time, making combat dynamic and unpredictable. The world is seamless, packed with lush grasslands, frozen tundras, and ancient ruins, all powered by Unreal Engine 5, delivering jaw-dropping visuals and hyper-detailed environments. The game features PvE and PvP dungeons, raid bosses, and deep crafting mechanics, letting players harvest, mine, and forge legendary gear. And the combat? Fast, fluid, and strategic, with real-time weapon switching, dodge mechanics, and brutal finishers that make every fight feel cinematic and intense. With a deep lore-rich story, massive multiplayer battles, and a world that reacts to player choices, this game is set to redefine the MMORPG genre when it drops in late 2025.
Yet what then of those who deigned to turn back the hands of fate? To save what remains of our broken worlds, you need only take my hand. Return to the past, where your journey awaits.
Dying Like the Beast is taking the franchise's brutal survival horror to a whole new level, and this time it's personal. You step back into the shoes of Kyle Crane, but he's not the same man. After 13 years of horrific experiments, he's been twisted into something more than human, struggling to control his rage-fueled beast-like powers. The game throws you into Castor Woods, a massive open-world region inspired by the Swiss Alps, packed with abandoned towns, industrial zones, and eerie swamps, all crawling with terrifying new infected. Combat is pure savagery, letting you tear enemies apart, crush skulls, and rip heads off as you switch between human and beast forms. And the day-night cycle? Even more intense. Nightfall unleashes horrors that force you to run, hide, or fight for your life. Parkour is better than ever, with fluid rooftop movement, off-road vehicle traversal, and co-op multiplayer, so you can team up with friends to take on the nightmare together. When it drops on August 22nd, 2025, expect pure adrenaline-fueled chaos.
I don't care how high his walls are, or how big his army is. That fucker will pay for what he did to me. All the years he took from me, all the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
End of the Abyss is diving headfirst into sci-fi horror where you play as Cell, a young combat technician sent to investigate disturbances in a massive underground facility. But things spiral out of control fast. The deeper you go, the more you realize nothing here is fully human, and the machines whisper like they're alive. Combat is intense, forcing you to upgrade gear, adapt strategies, and fight for survival against twisted horrors lurking in the shadows. The world is claustrophobic, eerie, and packed with secrets, with branching paths that open as you grow stronger, letting you return to forgotten corridors and uncover hidden truths. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, the visuals are hyper-detailed, making every flickering light, every shifting shadow, and every monstrous encounter feel terrifyingly real. With deep exploration, psychological horror, and a story that keeps you guessing, this game is going to mess with your head in the best way possible when it drops in 2026. Game of Thrones. War for Westeros is bringing massive, real-time strategy battles to the Seven Kingdoms, and it's shaping up to be one of the most intense RTS experiences ever. You'll take command of House Stark, Lannister, Targaryen, or even the Night King himself, leading armies in brutal, large-scale warfare where trust is fleeting and power is everything. The game lets you deploy infantry, cavalry, siege engines, giants, and dragons, creating cinematic battles straight out of Westerosi history. And it's not just about brute force. Alliances, betrayals, and political maneuvering play a huge role, letting players forge pacts, manipulate rivals, and rewrite the fate of the realm. The campaign mode dives deep into alternate scenarios, letting you change the course of iconic battles from the series, while multiplayer skirmishes bring free-for-all chaos where every decision matters. With Unreal Engine 5 powering hyper-detailed environments, from King's Landing to the Wall. This game is going to be a must-play for strategy fans when it drops in 2026.
You decide who wins and who dies. for Westeros.
Ill is the most disturbing survival horror games ever, and it's not holding back. Set in a decrepit research fort, the game throws players into a nightmare of grotesque monsters, twisted experiments, and a story dripping with mystery. The enemies? Aberrations, horrifying creatures that react in disturbingly human-like ways, making every encounter unpredictable and terrifying. Combat is visceral, with a realistic dismemberment system that lets you tear creatures apart, exposing bones, organs, and shredded flesh in brutal cinematic battles. And the physics? Next level, letting players use the environment dynamically, whether it's collapsing rooms, exploding barrels, or barricading doors to survive. The binaural audio system cranks up the tension, making every scream, every whisper, and every footstep feel painfully real. With a deep atmospheric story, film-quality horror direction, and Unreal Engine 5-powered visuals, this game is going to haunt players long after they put the controller down. When it finally drops, expect pure nightmare fuel. Killer Inn is the most intense multiplayer murder mystery games ever, blending social deduction, deception, and action-packed survival into a single chaotic experience. You and 23 other players are invited to a mysterious castle where you'll take on the role of either a lamb or a wolf. But here's the catch. Wolves are secretly hunting the lambs, and nobody knows who's who. As a lamb, your goal is to complete missions, gather clues, and expose the wolves before they strike, while wolves must blend in, deceive, and eliminate their targets without getting caught. The game features dynamic investigations where players can analyze fingerprints, clothing fragments, and blood stains to track down killers. And the tension? Off the charts, with white-knuckle battles, last-minute betrayals, and a constantly shifting power struggle. With over 20 unique characters, cinematic visuals, and a deep, unpredictable narrative, this game is going to redefine the social deduction genre when it finally drops. Expect pure, mind-bending chaos.
New servers prey. Unmask the wolves that prowl among you. Slay them all, and the prize is yours. You must never forget, the hunter may become the hunted. Enough theatrics. I'll get to the point. Simply put, Killer Inn is an action-packed murder mystery, and remember, you don't know who's the killer. Kill someone, and a clue will remain. Hair, fingerprints, blood, clothes. Wolves can conceal clues left behind and act none the wiser as lambs. The lambs scramble to find clues, one step closer to unmasking the culprits. Who is guilty will eventually come to light, but you risk your life with every guess. It is forbidden for a lamb to harm another lamb. You wouldn't want to end up like this, would you? A flock of lambs united may best the wolves, but a lone hungry wolf could dominate the game. Lambs hunting wolves, wolves hunting lambs, 'tis a chaotic symphony of blood. One player falls, then another, and every time the prize money grows. Wolves win by killing every lamb. Lambs win by rooting out every wolf. Such simple rules. But there's so much more to this game of murderous mystery. Complete quests to level up, buy items with the gold you earn, loot chests for weapons and armor, chat in the comfort of safe zones, steal items, blow up opponents, poison others, place traps, trust and doubt, doubt and trust. Saved by your prime suspect. Discover one of your own is a wolf. Is killing not to your taste? Then you'd better escape the castle. Now the paths to victory are clear. You would do well to remember, deceit and deduction are your strongest weapons in this game of life or death.
LEGO Voyagers is bringing co-op adventure to a whole new level, and this time it's all about friendship, creativity, and exploration. Developed by Lightbrick Studio and published by Annapurna Interactive, this game lets players experience life as LEGO bricks, tumbling, jumping, and snapping together to solve puzzles and navigate stunning brick-built worlds. The story follows two friends on a mission to rescue an abandoned spaceship, leading to a journey beyond their wildest dreams. The game features a poetic, non-verbal narrative supported by an atmospheric soundtrack, making every moment feel immersive and emotional. And the best part? Friends Pass, which lets you invite a friend to play for free, even if they don't own the game. Whether you're playing locally or online, teamwork is key, proving that 2 bricks are better than 1. With gorgeous visuals, deep cooperative mechanics, and a heartwarming story, this game is going to be a must-play for LEGO fans when it launches later this year. Mafia The Old Country is taking the franchise back to its roots, and this time it's all about the origins of the Sicilian Mafia. Set in San Celeste, Sicily during the 1900s, the game follows Enzo Favara, a young man who escapes a brutal childhood in the sulfur mines and rises through the ranks of the Torrisi crime family. The world is gritty, cinematic, and packed with danger where loyalty is everything and betrayal can mean a bullet to the back. Unlike Mafia 3, this one is more linear, focusing on deep storytelling, intense action, and brutal hand-to-hand combat. You'll wield stiletto blades, sawed-off shotguns, and period-authentic firearms, engaging in stealth assassinations, ambushes, and high-stakes shootouts. And yes, horseback chases are a thing, alongside classic turn-of-the-century automobiles. With Unreal Engine 5 delivering jaw-dropping visuals, cinematic cutscenes, and a world dripping with atmosphere, this game is going to be a must-play for fans of mob stories when it drops on August 8th, 2025. Expect pure, ruthless gangster action.
Hands off! We can't let them get away!
When Isabella became involved, it became our business.
He died for my father, for his honor. I won't let you do the same.
We have a traitor.
It stays between me and you. It's family. Loyalty is everything.
We do not always get to choose what we do.
We can choose who we are.
And who are you, Enzo?
Marvel's Deadpool VR is bringing pure, chaotic madness straight into virtual reality, and it's everything you'd expect from the Merc with a mouth. Developed by Twisted Pixel and exclusive to MetaQuest 3 and 3S, this game throws players into Mojo World, where Deadpool signs a sketchy contract that leads to a multiverse-spanning disaster. The combat? Absolutely ridiculous. You can dual-wield katanas, unload SMGs, throw kunai knives, and even use your own severed limbs as weapons. The movement is fast, fluid, and parkour-heavy, letting you wall run, slide, and grapple through Marvel's most iconic locations. And the enemies? Soldiers, demonic dogs, humanoid reptiles, and creepy crawlers, all waiting to be dismembered in the most creative ways possible. Neil Patrick Harris voices Deadpool, bringing sarcasm, fourth wall breaks, and non-stop banter to every moment. With a full campaign, secret levels, and replayability hooks, this game is going to be an absolute VR spectacle when it drops in late 2025. Expect pure, unfiltered Deadpool insanity.
Spider-Man gets Insomniac, and I get this shit? I'm craving Korean barbecue now. Is that weird? Whoa!
The Cube is an MMORPG shooter, throwing players into a massive levitating structure that defies the laws of reality. At first glance, it's just a geometrically perfect anomaly, but inside, it's a shifting, unpredictable nightmare packed with deadly enemies, powerful bosses, and a mysterious equation that could alter existence itself. The world is alive, constantly rotating and transforming, forcing players to adapt, strategize, and survive as they uncover its secrets. Combat is intense, with a deep progression system, customizable weapons, and skills that evolve based on playstyle, meaning even failure pushes you forward. And the visuals? Absolutely stunning, powered by Munfish's proprietary split rendering system, making every movement, every battle, and every environmental shift feel seamless and immersive. With a rich narrative, unpredictable twists, and a world that reacts to every decision, this game is going to be a must-play for fans of sci-fi shooters when it finally drops. Expect pure, reality-warping chaos. Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver is bringing Afro-surrealist martial arts action straight into the gaming world, and it's everything fans of the legendary rap group could hope for. Developed by Brass Lion Entertainment, this co-op action RPG throws players into Shaolin, a mystical realm corrupted by the Deceiver, an invading force threatening to erase its legacy. You'll fight alongside Ghostface Killah, who calls on warriors to rescue the Wu-Tang Clan, each member granting unique powers that turn combat into a stylish, anime-inspired spectacle. The game features 3-player co-op, letting you team up, customize your fighting style, and deck out your character in iconic Wu-Tang drip. And the soundtrack? Pure fire, blending classic Wu-Tang tracks with new material, all overseen by legendary producer Just Blaze. With increasingly difficult battle chambers, a surreal dream world, and a deep connection to the upcoming supernatural thriller Angel of Dust, this game is going to be a must-play for hip-hop and action RPG fans alike. When it finally drops, expect pure Shaolin chaos. The Expanse Osiris Reborn is throwing players into a high-stakes sci-fi RPG where survival isn't just about firepower, it's about who you trust and how you lead. Set in the 24th century, the game drops you into a universe where Earth, Mars, and the Belt are on the brink of collapse, and you're just a mercenary, caught in the middle of a conspiracy that could change the fate of the solar system. You'll customize your own captain, choosing between Earther, Martian, or Belter origins, each with unique skills, alliances, and consequences. Combat is third-person, cover-based with real-time squad commands, letting you strategically outmaneuver enemies while your crew supports from a distance. And the world? Massive, featuring iconic locations like Ganymede, Ceres, Mars, and Luna, all packed with political intrigue, shifting alliances, and deep exploration. With cinematic storytelling, branching choices, and a relentless enemy hunting you down, this game is going to be a must-play for sci-fi RPG fans when it finally drops. Expect pure immersive chaos.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large haul down this corridor, they shut down this part of the facility. Long time before our arrival.
Fine. Let's deal with those guys first.
In Yolota. They never look up. Zafar, you were right. They shut down this. Wait! Yolota! I need backup!
Hold on, I'm coming! I'll cover you.
Thanks.
I can't see shit from here.
The bird up high shall be thine eyes.
What the hell happened here?
Hey, buddy.
And that wraps up our list of 25 upcoming games that are sure to blow your mind. Let me know in the comments which one you're most excited for, or if there's a hidden gem we missed. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out on the latest in gaming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.